If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break your fucking neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it.
The ongoing tension between boxing superstars Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Terence "Bud" Crawford recently escalated to new heights, sparking intense controversy throughout the boxing world. Known for his bold and often brash social media presence, Davis stirred up outrage when he posted a controversial tweet that crossed the line by involving Crawford's family. While the two fighters have clashed verbally in the past, this latest incident marked a disturbing shift from competitive banter to deeply personal attacks. Davis didn't just criticize Crawford's fighting abilities. He took it a step further, aiming insults at Crawford's wife and children, a move that drew widespread condemnation from fans, analysts, and even fellow fighters. In professional boxing, trash talk is nothing new. It often fuels hype for upcoming fights, adds drama to rivalries, and helps build fan engagement. However, there are still unwritten rules in the sport, and one of the most universally respected is that families should remain off limits. Davis's tweet violated that principle, instantly setting off a firestorm on social media. Many fans who had previously admired his knockout power and charismatic presence in the ring began to distance themselves, voicing their disappointment over his decision to drag a fighter's family into the fray. The incident quickly shifted public attention away from Davis's athletic accomplishments and toward his behavior outside the ring, raising serious questions about his maturity and judgment. Despite the backlash, Davis remained unapologetic. He doubled down on his comments in a series of follow-up tweets, defending his position and refusing to acknowledge any wrongdoing. This defiance did little to calm the storm. For many in the boxing community, his refusal to walk back his statements only intensified the criticism. The incident has since cast a shadow over Davis's career, with some speculating that his behavior could hinder his future as a potential pay-per-view megastar. In contrast, Crawford responded to the controversy with remarkable composure. Rather than engaging in a social media war or responding with equally personal attacks, Crawford released a video addressing the issue with poise and professionalism. He made it clear that while he wasn't afraid of Davis, he wouldn't stoop to the same level. Crawford's mature response stood in stark contrast to Davis's explosive outburst, further reinforcing his image as a level-headed and calculated champion. Davis, widely regarded as a knockout artist, is known for his explosive performances and flair for the dramatic. He's often dismissed Crawford's resume as lacking excitement and marketability. Meanwhile, Crawford, known for his technical brilliance and versatility, has countered that Davis has yet to face elite-level opposition, implying that his hype exceeds his actual merit. Recently, however, the nature of their rivalry has evolved beyond the typical debate over skill and titles. It has now taken on a financial dimension, with fans and analysts increasingly comparing the fighters not just on their athletic abilities, but also on who earns more. This new angle has become one of the most hotly contested and controversial topics in boxing today. Determining which fighter makes more money is no simple task. Boxing is notoriously opaque when it comes to finances. While a fighter's publicly disclosed purse provides some insight, it rarely tells the full story. There are often significant additional sources of income, including pay-per-view, PPV revenue shares, sponsorships, and under-the-table bonuses negotiated by promoters or managers. Without full transparency, direct comparisons can be difficult, but some clues help paint a clearer picture. Crawford's financial momentum recently has been driven by a string of major fights. His landmark victory over Errol Spence Jr. in July 2023, which unified the welterweight division, was not only a defining moment in his career but also a commercial juggernaut. The bout was a PPV hit, generating huge revenue, and reports suggest Crawford earned a substantial portion of that revenue. Just a year later, his August 2024 fight against Israel Madrimov, while not as high profile, still secured him a guaranteed $10 million payday. These performances elevated Crawford's status both in the ring and at the bank, solidifying him as one of the top earners in the sport. Meanwhile, Gervonta Davis has carved out his own lucrative lane in the boxing world. His April 2023 clash with Ryan Garcia was a spectacle, attracting massive viewership and headlines across the sporting world. Davis won the fight via TKO, further enhancing his reputation as a must-watch fighter. Thanks to his crowd-pleasing style and magnetic personality, Davis has become a consistent PPV draw. But despite his commercial appeal, his earnings haven't quite reached the historic levels that Crawford has achieved through unification bouts and championship fights against top-tier opposition. Where Davis shines, however, is in social media presence, a crucial factor in modern boxing economics. With 7.5 million followers on Instagram and nearly 800,000 on X, formerly Twitter, Davis commands a vast online audience. This large following boosts his visibility and marketability, attracting sponsorship deals and brand endorsements. It also plays a key role in promoting his fights, allowing him to reach millions without relying solely on traditional media outlets. Crawford, by comparison, has a more modest social media footprint with 1.8 million Instagram followers and under 500,000 on X. While his achievements in the ring are undeniable, he doesn't possess the same digital clout as Davis, which may impact his commercial leverage with brands and event promoters. Still, social media numbers only tell part of the story. Crawford's long-standing presence at the championship level has given him a chance to rack up earnings over time. Turning professional in 2008 and capturing his first world title in 2014, Crawford has spent over a decade competing at boxing's highest level. These championship fights often come with larger purses, especially when he's the headline act. Davis, on the other hand, turned pro in 2013 and won his first world title in 2017. While his rise has been impressive, he doesn't yet have the same depth of high-level experience as Crawford. That gap in championship pedigree suggests Crawford's long-term financial potential may still surpass Davis's, even as the younger fighter gains ground quickly. One important figure influencing Crawford's financial trajectory is Al Haymon, the powerful boxing manager and promoter. Haymon has helped reshape the sport's business model by securing guaranteed paydays for his fighters who far exceed what traditional promoters offer. Crawford's $10 million purse against Madrimov is believed to be just the start of a larger financial plan. Rumors of a potential blockbuster showdown with Saul Canelo Alvarez could push his earnings to unprecedented heights. Should the fight materialize, for instance, his rumored March 2025 bout with Lamont Roach Jr. is seen by many as a tune-up fight rather than a marquee event. Without a high-profile opponent to share the spotlight, Davis could struggle to generate the same level of revenue that Crawford brings in through bigger-name opponents and guaranteed contracts. Ultimately, the financial divergence between Crawford and Davis reflects a broader philosophical split in how they've approached their careers. Crawford has built his legacy by taking on the toughest opponents, often in hostile territory, and consistently proving himself against elite competition. His approach is rooted in merit, and it has earned him widespread respect as well as financial rewards. His earnings, especially recently, are a direct result of his willingness to fight anyone, anywhere, at any time. Davis, by contrast, has taken a more calculated path. While his fights are undeniably entertaining and commercially successful, critics argue that he has strategically chosen opponents who maximize visibility without necessarily providing the toughest challenges. This focus on commercial viability has made him a household name and a marketing darling. But some believe it has also limited his potential to earn bigger paydays in the long run. His selective matchmaking has fueled questions about whether he's more interested in fame than legacy. At the core of the debate is a larger discussion about the direction of professional boxing.